I don't think it's been occupied in years." He kicked an empty glass bottle aside. It skittered across a carpet of grit and rat droppings. "Unless you count vagrants and drug addicts, that is." Joseph glanced at the cobblestones outside. "This is really 2001? I've really traveled back over half a century?" "Oh, quite, yes. August the 10th, 2001, to be precise." Fraser spoke with an almost theatrical accent, what used to be called British before that small nation vanished into the Euro bloc. He walked towards the shutter and ducked down to look outside. Fraser followed him over, squatting down beside him. "This is Brooklyn. Tell me, Joseph, you ever see pictures of Brooklyn before they abandoned it to the floodwaters?" Joseph shook his head. He only knew the outskirts of this once fine city as a maze of waterlogged streets, collapsed rooftops sprouting weeds, and struggling saplings. Quite characterful and vibrant was Brooklyn. Fraser gazed at the graffiti-covered brick wall opposite, and above it a mixed urban skyline of cranes, factory roofs, and warehouse apartments. He sighed. "I used to collect priceless antique CDs from about this time. Marvelous stuff they used to call hip-hop. Big Daddy K, MC Cushy. Ever heard of those composers?" Joseph shook his head. "Ah, well, it's only old farts like me listen to that sort of thing now." Fraser nodded at the scene outside. 30 years from now, all this will be gone. It'll be nothing but a drowning ghost town, abandoned ruins, left to rot. Pity." Above them was a warm blue, cloudless sky, crisscrossed with the vapor trails of distant air traffic. "Anyway, Mr. Waldstein has already given you your brief, I presume?" Joseph nodded. "We're sourcing as much of the equipment components as we can from the present. It's safer that way. The less of a footprint we leave from our time, the better." Joseph had noted the boxes of desktop computers. "Are those old machines powerful enough to—" "Certainly. I'll have to tinker with the network so their CPUs synchronize, and I'll strip out that Stone Age operating system and replace it with WG Systems software. Should be fine, though." Joseph gazed across the East River at Manhattan. "Quite a sight, isn't it?" said Fraser. "This really was a beautiful city back in its time." "Yes." They listened to the wail of a distant police siren, the honk of the East River ferry on its way down to Governor's Island, the faint boom of a passing car hi-fi, the gentle whoop-whoop of a helicopter high above. Joseph found himself sharing Fraser's dewy-eyed wonder. Everything seemed so much more alive. This was a mankind full of passion and energy. From here, the future looked limitless, the possibilities endless. This is what the world looked like when it still had a hope. Joseph's breath fluttered. It was intoxicating. "Well now, this field office of Mr. Waldstein's won't sort itself out if we just sit here. There's a lot to do." Fraser stood up and kicked a discarded McDonald's carton out of the archway and across the cobblestone alley. "Is Mr. Waldstein joining us today?" "Yes, he said—" Joseph worked at containing his stutter. "He said he'd be along shortly." "Good," said Fraser, "because I need to ask him where he wants me to set up the displacement rack. Going to need to check the wiring for tolerance, and of course where to put the backup generator." "Where will I be setting up my equipment?" Fraser pointed into the gloom of the archway. "It's in the back room. There's another room. See that sliding door? Half a dozen Gen Inc. 5H bio-growth tubes from our Salt Lake Genetic Research Facility and several hundred gallons of that disgusting growth solution. It wasn't easy beaming that lot through, I can tell you." "Is it assembled already?" "No, that's your job. Anything else you need, except the fetuses, of course, you're going to need to source locally." "Ah, right." Fraser suddenly grinned broadly, his eyes wide behind the glint of his glasses. "Quite something, this project of his, isn't it? Guardians of history and all that?" Yes, it is. You know, only 3 people in the entire history of humankind have actually traveled through time. Mr. Waldstein, myself, and now you. Just think about it. More people have walked